video, I drafted the pattern for the chemise and I started stitching the seams for the bodices together. So that's what I did. The bodice is now attached together to each other. I did notice that I made a mistake and the front piece of the bodice is slightly longer than the back piece, which is not a problem. I can just cut it off. Really, it's not that big of a deal, but mistakes happen. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to attach the sleeves to the actual bodice, and that will mean I will have to gather here when I'm connecting it to the front yoke and the back yoke, which will be a new experience for me, so that will be interesting to attempt. I'm sure I will do it wrong and I will have to redo it a few times to try and get the gathering right, but I think whatever happens, it's experience, so everything's fine. Once I'm done doing it, I'm going to go ahead and gather the top part of the front and back yoke so that it's gathered there as well, which is what it roughly looks like on the reference picture. I'm not entirely sure if it's gathered there or if they added like a extra detail there with a different set of lace or so. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to add gathers. But I do have some lace, so I might try that instead or do both. Maybe that works too. But first I will have to hem it down because otherwise I can't hem it down after I gathered it. At least I don't think I can. It doesn't sound very lovely to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and hem it down first and then gather it. So I think that's my plan for this video, and then in the next video try to finish it off, hem all the sides, attach the sleeve bands, and hopefully I get something that resembles a chemise. As I was repinning the sleeves to the bodice, I noticed that I had some excess fabric here, and I checked the other side to make sure I didn't do any wrong calculations, but the other side seems just fine. And if I look at the other side, it only has a slight overlap. Focus. It only has a slight overlap. So compared to this one, which is quite a big overlap. So I'm going to go ahead and undo these stitches, position it correctly on there. And then normally it should just overlap the same way as it does here. Why exactly it does this, I'm not sure. I'm sure I did something wrong in the pattern or I cut it out wrong. I'm not too bothered about it, these mistakes. It's just learning experience, really. So I'm gonna go ahead and undo these stitches now and reattach it properly and then continue doing the sleeves. sewn the sleeves together, both to the bodice and to each other, so they're all sewed together. I also sewed together the top parts of the sleeve band, the sleeve, and the front and back yoke. I did that on both sides, so it's the same here. I did that on both sides. For the next part, I'm going to sew together the sleeve and the sleeve band around its circumference, is that how I say it? And there is no gathering on this, so I can just stitch that together, and that should be fine. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then I believe everything that is left to sew involves gathers. So for example, I will do this after that, which is attaching the front yoke to the bodice here on the side, and then you have this whole sleeve that has to go onto the front yoke, gathered, so it's all nice and gathered. The same thing on the back side, on both sides, because there's more fabric here than the front yoke, so it has to be gathered. Then after that is done, I'm going to go ahead and gather the front and back yoke to the bodice, again also with gathering. Hopefully that will work out fine. And when that is done, technically I have a garment I can technically try on and see if I have to take in something somewhere or allow for more space somewhere. I have tried it on like this, so I noticed that it does fit okay. Obviously there's a lot of, however, I still have to gather the outside top part of the front and the back yoke because I do want to have that gathered as well. And I have found the lace that I think I mentioned before, that I can put on top of the front and back yoke. I think it will go really well. It's technically meant to be used as tape. However, I think I'm just going to go ahead and stitch it on there instead because I feel it's more secure. I'm also not entirely sure. Oh, it is fabric tape, so it is meant to go on fabric. Yet I still don't really feel that it's really secure, but I really think that this will go very nicely on it. It adds a little nice detail, and if I still have enough, maybe I can add it to the sleeve bands as well if I like. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do now and see how it turns out. Hi! So I finished attaching the sleeves on this side and on this side. They're nicely gathered here to the front yokes and the back yokes on both sides. I did try it on and it doesn't entirely fit on the shoulders. I think the shoulders are not wide enough for me, but sleeves are attached. It looks nice. The front is not attached, it's just pinned to it from the inside. The back is, however, attached with gathers. I did make a mistake while sewing it on there. I kind of went in a little curve downwards. If you look here, I gradually went a little bit further from the edge as I went towards the center. So I noticed that while I almost reached the center. So instead of like undoing all these stitches, I just decided to kind of mirror it on the other side. And it looks good enough. I don't think you can really see it. It's a lot of gathering, so it's going to be a little bit bulky anyway. So I think it looks just fine. I still have to hem these and attach the nice lace to it. I think that will really look nice. I also have to hem the bottom sides over so that it doesn't look so messy. And then figure out how I'm going to do the sleeves. I think I did mess up the sleeves because I put the long side on the bottom and a short side on the top. So I have to figure something out there. Not sure how exactly I'm going to figure it out, but I'll find a way. I did ask around how to fix the shoulder situation, and someone said I could insert lace between the sleeve band and the yoke, which I think would work, but I don't have lace here right now and I can't go to the store, and I really don't want to go to the store because of Corona, so I think I'm just going to order something online and maybe it delivers in, I don't know, a week or two, and maybe attach it after next video because I'm not sure if it's going to arrive before next video. I'm not going to finish it in this video. I still have a lot of hemming to do, fixing the sleeves, attaching the front yoke to the bodice, and adding some lace around the top of the front and back yoke. I'm not sure how much work it is going to be exactly, but maybe it does arrive in time and I can make a new video. Or just wait with doing the next video for this until it arrived and maybe add here extra lace in the next video and then maybe upload a different video in 2 weeks. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'm going to try and finish everything next video in 1 to 2 weeks depending on when it arrives and if it arrives in time. If it doesn't arrive in time, I think I'm going to go ahead and start my new project, which I also have to still buy fabric for, so I should really do that today. And if that also doesn't arrive in time, I still have enough fabric here to make something small, maybe for a small video. I can make a few things. So I think this is the point where I say please subscribe and like, or like and subscribe, whichever way you're supposed to say that. And see you later. Bye!